Welcome back, everybody. Today is Saturday, March 15th, and first and foremost, happy birthday to my Neo friend out there. Hopefully, you are doing well. Now, I want to talk about the Monopoly edition of the game, and I'm also going to talk about the 25th anniversary quest. I'm going to reserve my thoughts for the very end, like the full amount of it, but I want to say up front Monopoly is limited to 2,000 sets. Right now, there's only 170 left. You can buy a max of three of them. I'm going to tell you right now, right away that you've heard me say this before. When it comes to this game, it is free. You do not have to pay to win anything. When you think about Neopets, do you really need to spend money? The answer is no. People have been playing this for free for so long and been enjoying it all that time. And I say this because I don't want you to blow your money. I don't. This is one of those times where you just have to ask yourself, is it really important in your life and do you have the budget to do it? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and buy it. But if it's just going to drive you crazy with how much it costs and all of that, I would tell you just to pass. And I say that as a person that grew up poor, that had to watch other people have nice things, and I could only wish that I would get that one day. Still found enjoyment. I'm still here alive and happy, and you know, it pushed me to do certain things in life that I never thought I would. Not illegal or anything like that, but it made me work hard for what I have. And I'm just going to tell you that because someone needs to say that. And that's going to be me, apparently. Now, inside of this Monopoly, which it looks very fantastic, I was super excited to see this. What you're going to find is all this lovely stuff off here to the left. There's no Scorchio, which is very upsetting. You see these properties: Kiko Lake, Maracua, Ducardia. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Like I said, 2,000 sets. You are running out of time to get this, as now it says 170 are available. If you want to see how much the current inventory is left, just type in a number like 500 and voila, you see this down below. I know it's tiny on my screen because of the way they set up their website with these frames. It's not very conducive to the zooming in and zooming out. Early bird price is $69.95. You have until the end of March. Standard price $80, but it won't last until that point. Shipping June 1st to the 30th. Lastly, you will have this terms and conditions. One individual Neopets account is limited to redeeming one Sterling Sky avatar, one Sterling Sky stamp. Redeeming multiple codes for multiple Monopoly sets for the same Neopets account will not result in receiving multiple stamps and avatars of the same type. The avatar makes sense. And the stamp, that's just nice limiter to try to stop people from hoarding stamps. Now, I'm going to show you these pictures because it's a lot easier to zoom in. As I showed you, the site kind of sucks for that. I love that the cash right there for Monopoly. It's got the banker scythe. And I will say right now, I know people say it's a reskin, but nostalgia is one heck of a thing. It makes you want to buy things that you didn't think you would. And they said this Monopoly is about £9, which explains the shipping price. Now, down below, exclusive prizes, Sterling Sky stamps, Sterling Scythe avatar, and you've seen these other 25th anniversary items included with other Neo merch at this point. Now, scrolling up here to the 25th anniversary quest, you can see all these pretty things down here, like this graphic, pretty interesting. Now, up front, what's going to happen here is you have opportunities to buy entries into this grand prize giveaway, and some of it is pay to get an entry and some is not. Keep that in mind because what I said earlier about budgeting, and if you have the money to do so, yeah, go for the option that best applies to you. Don't spend money on an entry, like on a ticket for an entry, when there's going to be a ton of people entering this and your chance of winning is very low. So, first, all new and existing premium subscribers on the monthly plan will receive a spring Fairly. All you have to do is sign up. All existing or new premium subscribers on the annual plan. Very interesting. You have to make sure about monthly versus annual. They will receive a black long sleeve cape or a Neopia Central Scene stamp, 50% shot of either. All you need to be signed up. 5 random annual subscribers will receive a Super Attack P. I do not like that. Codes to redeem these prizes will be sent within 4 weeks after it ends. Also note the images say new subscriber. The fine print also says existing. Neocash purchase. $5 or $10 Neocash, you'll get a Royal Candy Chan. You look it up, it says on this place, anyways, items database on Jelly Neo. It's about under 700,000 if you purchase the 2050 or 100 Neocash, you receive a Marital Castle stamp, which is pretty expensive. I thought it said 7 million. So you receive both prizes above, but you only receive them once. This is the same idea as a Monopoly. You can't buy $5 in Neocash twice and get a Royal Candy Chan twice. You only get one. Monopoly pre-orders, you get that super bright rainbow pool stamp. Neopass. If you link your to a Neopass, create one of these, you'll get a 10th birthday illusion birthday book. It's unclear if all existing Neopians who have linked their account will receive this. I think they will. Fairy fragments. If you download the game, connect Neopass, and get to level 10, you get a fairy paintbrush. This has already been a thing. 5 newer existing players who pass level 100 will receive a super attack P. Good luck. That's, again, something I don't like. And then the 650, 700 level receive a stamina avatar that's already been in existence. So you don't have to really worry about that one. Now, down below here is the grand prize giveaway. You can see a nice little graphic here. What we got is one Jumbo Shoru plushie, serial number 9, pretty crazy. One Upper Deck Celebration box, Neopets, 5 Neopets eShop coupons, and 10 Blind Box plush. Down below here, what do we got? That's the graphic. So in summary, here's a bunch of things you can do. Active premium subscription, purchase Neocash directly through them because I know people buy in other places. Pre-order Monopoly, connect your Neopets account to Neopass and download fairy fragments and play, dang it. Now, here's my thoughts on all this. When it comes to the Monopoly and the shipping, it sucks. I've been one of those people that went to the post office having $50 worth of items in my box. I hand them said box. They put it on a scale and they say, look at your shipping options. When I look at my shipping options, they are insane. They're insane. They're worth, some of the shipping options sometimes are more than what it's inside of the actual box. And that's just how it is. The nature of shipping at this point, it really sucks. I don't think it's very nice, but that's the world we live in where gas prices are high and wages are going up. It's part in part because of inflation, and then we just have to live with that. And unfortunately for us, when it comes to this monopoly, there's people outside of the country that are going to pay a ton of money to actually get it. Not very fun. And I know people were hoping that the shipping would be down because they like it. Nostalgia, like I said, is one heck of a thing. And they were saying maybe potentially make these items outside of the US. And I could understand that, but Neopets is not popular enough to actually deem that to happen. This is only 2,000 of these sets. They're going to just mainly print that or send that out from the United States. And it makes sense why they do it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it makes sense from a business standpoint. That's how you got to have it done. I also wonder if they reserved any of this for conventions so they can bring it along and sell it directly to people. Be interesting if they do. But this thing being £9 and potentially if someone buys 3 of them, £27, the shipping is going to be fairly expensive on it. Now, going back over here, people are going to talk about pay to win. I'm going to tell you there's nothing to win. There is nothing. Yeah, you have a grand prize down there. You have all these other things like the Skype stamp and Skype avatar, but I've told you many times before about what my feelings are on this. When it comes to Neopets, think about 1 year, like literally go back to March 15th, 2024. In between that time period, there have been items that have been released, stamps, avatars, all of this stuff. Can you remember some of the items that you wanted within the last year that you still want? Like actually actively want, that is your goal. I bet there are very few people out there that will say, yes, there is something I still want because you've moved on to something else. And that's just the nature of this. Every time when Neopets does, weekly updates, you will see new items in there. And along with that come people going, ooh, I want that item. Ooh, that looks really nice. It's just how this actually works. They want you to get interested in an item and keep playing, keep saving up to spend to get said item. And then once you're happy with that, what do? Once you get that item, you move on to something else. It's just sitting there in your gallery or your safety deposit box. That avatar is sitting there in a drop down list that you may never revisit ever again. I know there's a Neo friend on Neopets that changes his avatar quite frequently. And I will say that I think that's pretty cool because then you keep it fresh. You can see all the different avatars you got. But some of the people that it would get this Sterling Sky stamp avatar, I guess stamp too, because that would give you an avatar eventually. You're never going to Most people are never going to think about that again. It's just going to sit there and just be gone. And most people, not most, but I guess some people will see this as just an extra count to their avatar number, which can eventually lead to a trophy or the stamp, the collector stamp one. But still, do you really need that? I think at the end of the day, this is just my thought too. Neopets is just going to get this out eventually. You'll probably see this come in 3 years, or maybe they'll make that avatar not count towards the avatar list as they talked a little bit about when it came to Neopian times. I don't think you need any of this, and I'm not trying to tell you what you should do or what you should feel. That's not where I'm getting at. I'm just telling you some advice from an old man that has experienced many, many things in life. That people are fickle, I being one of those people when I was younger and going, I really want this, but you don't. Like it's just the moment that you're feeling this FOMO, this excitement, this disappointment, and it's all bubbling up. And if you just check your emotions, I think that will be very useful to you at this point. And it sucks. I mean, there's many things that I wanted. Man, I wanted to eat, just even eat better food, right? Instead of eating this ground meat, I would love to eat that steak over there. That would be amazing. But you know what? We all just have to do what we can in the moment that we have it with the budgets that we have. And at the end of the day, if you find yourself contemplating this over here, this monopoly being a ton of money, and it is a ton of money. I'm not saying it isn't, because you could just buy a regular monopoly at the store for $20 and have fun with people versus buying a niche Neopets monopoly and hoping some people will play it with you and they'll have no idea what any of this is because they're just doing it to make you happy. I think if you are sitting here and you want to get this and you feel like you have to, and you're going to have to break your budget to do so, I think you really need to stop and ask what's important in life. I rather, instead of taking this $70 and whatever shipping turns out to be, taking that 20, buying a Neopet, buying a normal Monopoly board game, buying a pizza, and hanging out with your loved ones is way more important than this right here on the screen. Yeah, you can get this avatar. Yeah, you can get this stamp that's included with it. But is that really going to make you happy in life? I don't think so. I do these trading card games, right? Like here's the one I just did last night. This card right here, $4,048. It's a serial number card. There's only so many people in the world that are actually going to get it. Do I care about this card looking at it for $4,000? Am I going to be upset that I don't get it? Honestly, no, I could care less. I don't care about $4,000 being spent on one card with a signature on it and a serial number. It doesn't matter. There are other cards over here that are just as beautiful and cost a lot less money. There's one right here, 320 yen, which is about $2 and some. That's a good option to go. You can't afford the Neopets Monopoly, get a normal Monopoly, and remember what this is all about. It's about just having fun. Neopets is a place that you was always free to play. Yeah, of course you get perks for paying money out, but you have to remember it is what it is. And eventually in life, it'll make you work harder and then you'll be able to afford said things. But do you really need to have it? I don't think so. And I think that's the one thing that people keep forgetting. Don't fall victim to them trying to push you into spending things, right? Like with all these different premium perks, with all of these, ooh, nice top prizes, because at the end of the day, with thousands of entries, you don't have that. Realistically, I've always said to myself, if I want to win a grand prize of anything, I wish it'd be one of those lottery ones where it's $40 million. I don't want to win a grand prize when it comes to Neopets and get this jumbo shuri plushie. I'd rather use that luck for something a lot bigger. But at the same time, if you want entries into this, there's a bunch of free options to do it. Don't get caught up into all this. Don't buy $20 worth of Neo Cash so you get 2 entries, a stamp, and also a candy chan. That's not worth it. And I gotta tell you, if you buy this thing and you are not happy, you're gonna regret every moment of it. There's not gonna be a moment where this makes you happy. And at the end of the day, playing a game is all about making you happy. So if it makes you upset thinking about this, then I would just say, you know what? Go do something that does make you happy. If that means turning off the computer, closing your cell phone, and hanging out with everybody, your family, your friends, I think you do it. And I think that'll be more of a memorable time than you actually imagine sitting there instead playing Neopets. I can't say this enough. I hopefully you all just know what makes you happy in life, and that's what this is all about. You don't want to be doing something like this where you just gets you constantly upset. I love Neopets. Neopets is great. I mean, that's why I'm still playing it after all these years because I remember all these wonderful times that I've had with my sister, with my friends, with the one that's having their birthday today. It's what keeps me here, and I love collecting these items, this nostalgia. But watching them destroy the value of these items, I don't have a super attack P, and I shouldn't have an super attack P. Some people are like, why would you say that? It's because I don't. This thing should be honestly rare. It should be worth hundreds of millions of Neo points. And for them to use this to goad you into spending money is definitely not the greatest thing I've ever seen. I want to say shameful, but they got to do what they got to do as a company to survive. And I don't have to be part of that. Right? If I win that, great. I mean, I'm happy, but do I really like this? No. It could have been any other item that could help push you, but no, they threw out this super attack P, this thing that gives you an avatar, basically. This thing worth hundreds of millions, this thing that is useful in the Battledome. I just think it's kind of sad that we got to this point that you have to give out items like that. And that's why I say again, at some point in the future, I 100% see these things coming out. This stamp and this avatar. Because everything that they've done so far tells me that they keep shoving out the same items. Maybe it may take a year, 2 years, 3 years, but eventually you will see this again. Mark my words. That is true. Like I said, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside my budget. That's what I say at the majority at the end of my videos on my TCGs because I want people to remember that it's all about you having fun, you being happy in life, and not destroying your budget for something that you feel is important at the time but really isn't. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.